The era of command and control management is rapidly fading. Today, peace officers are seeking a sense of belonging in work environments where not only do they learn and grow, but make a long-term difference within the criminal justice system and are individually or collectively respected for their contributions. A committed workforce where senior leaders treat talented employees as valuable assets and not expendable commodities. In this tutorial, I will introduce you to transforming your leadership style, 4 breakthroughs for inspiring greatness in the workforce. Today, law enforcement agencies across America are competing for one valuable resource: qualified recruits to replace a rapidly retiring workforce. And candidly speaking, it matters not what entry-level salary or monetary incentive you offer, or how much technology you put on a duty belt or in a patrol car. The true litmus test for attracting a 21st century quality workforce is gauged by your operating culture and the competent character of leaders at every level in your agency. Like any new hire, peace officers are excited about learning new skills and honing abilities for career development within their respective agency. However, as soon as they discover a pattern and practice of deeply rooted organizational dysfunction, they will quickly exit directly behind retirees to escape toxic work environments. It's not enough that they work long hours due to manpower shortages or perform dangerous duties, but realize the risk associated with fighting crime is more bearable than dealing with toxic leaders who fuel the inferno of dysfunction in your agency. For this reason, today, the common sentiment among a younger workforce who are altogether avoiding law enforcement and even military service is, somebody has to do it, just not me. Now, my assessment comes from trial, error, and successes of transforming my own leadership from interacting with various generational gaps, but most recently, hundreds of young recruits, otherwise known as millennials, toward sustainable careers in law enforcement. While I've taught them in law enforcement courses, evaluated their performances in daily observation reports in the field training officer program, or mentored them in career development, here's what I found. This generation values tough love guidance that conspires not against, but for their success. As best cited by the great military strategist Sun Tzu, treat your soldiers as you would your own beloved family, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. The first breakthrough for inspiring greatness in the workforce is understanding that the operating culture is not guided merely on policies and procedures. Now, while standardized policies and procedures set the tone for how duties should be performed, it is still a book filled with pages that cannot replace the human value of interacting leaders who have the skill, knowledge, and ability to hold people accountable to the letter or spirit of the policy. If you're putting up with business as usual behaviors, despite what your policy articulates, chances are either you have not discovered the DNA of your own leadership, or you're incapable to truly make a difference and coasting from rank to rank to get to retirement. The second breakthrough for inspiring greatness in the workforce is the recognition that stars, clovers, bars, and stripes are only ornaments that identify your capacity and not your capability as a leader. When you put on those ornaments at the promotional ceremony, not one time when you step into the real world of management will your ornaments ever give you guidance on the benefit and downsides of getting things done through others. This new generation of peace officers entering the workforce is quite different from the baby boomers and Gen Xers who came up under the command and control model of policing, where the traditional commander assumed that individual officers lack the ability to think and must be told what to do and when to do it. Instead, they are more educated, technology savvy, and desire to work in atmospheres where they are shown the way by competent leaders who use the depth of their experience and not their ornaments, showing them the way to success. The third breakthrough, and I want you to catch this, for inspiring greatness in the workforce is developing self-awareness about the leader within you. More clearly stated, the people you lead will not be impressed primarily by your position, but to the extent of how your tenure and knowledge is deemed credible and trustworthy to mold their own experiences. So now's the time to ask yourself honestly, no, I really mean right now, will your style of leadership inspire confidence or produce frustration in the people or processes that you are charged to lead? When you download the professional manual for this tutorial, you will be able to examine a variety of leadership styles that you might find that fits your own, from transactional, autocratic, bureaucratic, laissez-faire, charismatic, task-oriented, or people-oriented leadership. Now, the reality that you must face in discovering and developing your leadership style is the understanding it's not going to make your ornament shine any brighter, but how when you, as a leader, are physically present, how things begin to change. In fact, that's a challenge and real-world practical exercise you can use to gauge your effectiveness as a leader. Whether you are in roll call, attending a meeting, or your presence is on the street or jail housing pod, does your presence have an impact on how things get done? Based on your self-assessment is where you can begin to fine-tune your own set of deep-seated behaviors, passion, and commitment for either being average or excellent. People tend to reflect what's mirrored before them. And the fourth breakthrough for inspiring greatness in the workforce is staying consistent with what the time demands in best practices. In 2009, when I began teaching this course before law enforcement managers and supervisors, as a case study, I used the Harvard Business Review article entitled Mentoring the Millennials. It's cited by 2020, that's right, next year, this generation is predicted to be the dominant global workforce. The takeaway value was leaders now understanding to be able to compete in attracting a quality workforce. They had to begin tailoring the agency's human resources functions to include recruiting and hiring, training and development, which in turn minimizes future claims for negligence of entrustment, negligence of assignment, and negligence of supervision. Streamlining these processes into best-in-class practices will not only attract a pool of qualified applicants, but set behavioral standards for how leaders at every level of the agency will enjoin them to success. Long-term retention strategies, changing mindsets of people to stay within a world-class agency fighting crime with competent character. In summary, we have discussed 4 breakthroughs for inspiring greatness in the workforce. The promise of leadership styles uniting and mobilizing people to work together effectively in ways that drives change throughout your organization. As cited by Dr. Loretta Melandro in her book, Fearless Leadership, it only takes one person to start the process. Thanks for watching this tutorial. To earn 1 post-credit hour, please download the Professional Study Manual and mobile webinar at criminaljusticelearning.online. When you have completed 100% of the course, please notify us through email to receive your certificate and course credit according to your state's post rules. Please give us a thumbs up, like and share our best-in-class courses with others to learn, lead, and make a difference in the criminal justice profession.